The summer of housekeeping continues for the Utah Mammoth. Bill Armstrong and company locking down defenseman John Marino for the long term. After posting a career best 36-point season, the 29-year-old signed an 8-year, $54 million extension that kicks in during the 2027-28 season.
It feels great, especially being in a place like Utah and how special, this group is. Even people within the organization too. And, a lot of those young guys are locked up too. So the future is really exciting. Those guys are only going to get better with age as well.
What people probably, don't see as much is how every forward on our team wants to play with John Marino, because when they're in motion coming out of their zone, he puts it right on the tape. He's slippery. He can find the seam cross ice seam pass. He can find the guy in the middle. He can make the easy first pass. I think for the casual fan, the other thing he does is he always has the puck. He has such a huge impact on our group. On a positive side, one of the best plus minuses in the league last year, and he's a positive player. Every time he's on the ice, good things happen, and I think he kind of makes everybody better around him, and that's why you see the love for his teammates. I know when he signed, I think that everybody on the team was really pumped, just because the forwards were. They were really excited about getting that puck for the next eight years in motion on their tape.
These guys have been all world in their play this season. The chemistry off the charts. Marino and Schmidt sounds like a big-time law firm.
When we first got him, he was injured. And, we didn't know what to kind of expect, and he came in, he had a big impact for our group. And then last year he showed up and he was in great shape, ready to go. He's 100% healthy, and he really added in. And then you could see this chemistry right away from the start with Nate Schmidt, and they just really kind of I don't know how to say it, like they just move as one out there, and they're pretty special to watch. But it started right away with them, and it's nice, as we move forward and we become a better team here. You need pairings that really work together, and Nate Schmidt and Johnny Marino just go together.
We were a tight group last year, and you don't expect anything different this year. Just having a room like that where everyone's on the same page, in the D group and everything like that, it goes a long way for sure.
I don't think there's a better guy that is better at reading when to jump down from the blue line in the offensive zone, just like we saw on his goal last game, a vital part to Utah's defense score. And what a pairing with Nate Schmidt.
With this, it helps us spread out some money. And I think at the same time, if you look where Johnny is, yes, he is a 30-year-old, but he hasn't played a lot of games in the National Hockey League, and his body, for me, is still fresh. I think there's almost more in his game that we can see, and defensemen, mature later, and I feel that with the game that he can play it for 8 years for us and have a huge impact. Like I said, I still think he's getting better.
I think there's a lot to look forward to, especially based off last year, how tight that series was with Vegas. And then, obviously they made their cup run. You saw how far they went.
There are some big pieces for us that we're really excited about just adding to our group. Like, I can't tell you, that we're perfect. I can't tell you that, we're not going to try and add something else. But right now I like our team where they're at. I do believe it takes a little bit of time as they come together during the course of the year to find that chemistry. So we're still going to have to get some of the kinks out of our team because we have added some new pieces to it. And we've got the likes of Daniel Boot coming back and Simashev, and we've got some young pieces, and then Kosa on the backside, and everybody's got to kind of fit in there and gel pretty quickly. We get underway and get at it. But I do like what we've added, and I think we're pretty much done for now. I think there's some good competition of the young kids that will probably push some of the veterans here coming to camp. Caleb Denoye and T.J. Ginla and the Smiths of the world are going to push. And the Lamoureux, they're going to push. So I think they're going to create a lot of really fierce competition in training camp. But I think at this point we're pretty much done as far as the off season in adding. But I shouldn't say that. You never know, right?